Next in today's program, we find out how people are working together to protect the Xinfengjiang Reservoir, which is the main drinking water source of people in Hong Kong and Guangdong. Let's take a look.
Xinfengjiang Reservoir in Heyuan City of South China's Guangdong province is the largest lake in South China, with an area of 370 square kilometers and a storage capacity of 1.39 billion cubic meters. The reservoir is located upstream of the Dongjiang River, which is a major tributary of China's third longest river, the Pearl River, and it serves as the water source which supplies fresh water to 40 million people who live in Hong Kong, as well as those in cities like Dongguan, Shenzhen and Guangzhou in the Pearl River Delta. With few natural lakes and rivers, inadequate groundwater sources and a dense population, Hong Kong has suffered from water shortages throughout history. Until 1964, water rationing was a living reality for Hong Kong residents. During the worst-hit drought in 1964, which affected over 3.5 million people in Hong Kong, water was delivered only once every 4 days. To counter the problem, the Chinese mainland started providing water from the neighbouring Guangdong to Hong Kong through a water supply scheme in 1965. 48 years on, the water supply to the city has now increased to a maximum of 1.1 billion cubic metres per year, which is delivered through an 83-kilometre-long sealed water transportation pipeline. This water supplies around 70 to 80% of the metropolis's total demand. The Xinfengjiang Reservoir on the Dongjiang River is the single major source of raw water supply for Hong Kong. On the banks of the reservoir stands a stele built by the Civil Force, a Hong Kong political organisation, in 2002. On the stele, the words "sharing the drinking water from the same river" are engraved, indicating that Hong Kong, with a population of 7 million, drink the same water from the Dongjiang River as those in Guangdong. The stele also records the water shortages and water supply provided by the Chinese mainland to the city in the early 1960s.
The stele was set up by the Civil Force in Hong Kong. It shows that both Hong Kong and Guangdong live on the water in the reservoir. The water here is well protected, clear and natural.
However, to prevent such a large area of water from harmful pollution has not been an easy task. Zheng Jiping, head of Xinjiang Marine Office in Heyuan City, told us of his decades-long efforts in water protection along the reservoir.
My home has been here by the reservoir since it was first constructed in 1958. I come here every day to safeguard the reservoir.
Thanks to its beautiful waterscape as well as green forests, the reservoir was named a national park in 1994. It has also become known as Wanlu Lake, which in Chinese means wide green view. However, tourism to the park has also added to the burden of protecting the reservoir. Statistics with the local marine authorities show there are altogether 1,500 ships, ferries and boats on the reservoir, and each year 45,000 ships sail through the channel. To ensure smooth and safe water transportation and prevent pollution from the ships, marine staff patrol the reservoir daily.
Every day, whether it's scorching or stormy, I will patrol the reservoir. Though the work is hard and boring, I love it. I am passionate about protecting the reservoir. It is the beautiful water and fresh air that encourage me to continue to work here and safeguard the drinking water source of more than 40 million people in Hong Kong and the Pearl River Delta. I am proud of my job.
Fu Zhensheng, a 37-year-old fisherman from the nearby village, whose family has earned a living by fishing on the reservoir for years, said the local government helped them upgrade their fishing boats with eco-fuel, as well as recruited them to organise passenger cruises on the reservoir so as to better protect the water resources.
In the past, whenever we started the oil engine of the boat, black smoke would pour out of the engine. It would leave oil slicks in the water. Now our boats have been upgraded. There are no more pollutants. We also make a good living here.
According to the government of Heyuan City, the city has turned down over 400 polluting projects worth 50 billion yuan in recent years in a bid to safeguard against water pollution. The city has also shut down 472 illegal mines and 19 small steel plants, while the construction of wastewater treatment plants along the reservoir are also now in full swing. Local environment protection authorities conduct close monitoring of the water quality of over 100 tributaries that flow into the reservoir.
We will inspect the tributaries both during the dry season and rainy season each year. Once we detect the polluter, say sanitary sewage or industrial waste, we will report it to the local government, who will regulate to ensure the water quality.
Facilitated by modern technology, local environment protection authorities have installed monitoring systems on the drain outlets of plants scattered along the lower reaches of the reservoir. Once an illegal discharge is detected, the system will alarm and send data automatically to the Provincial Environment Protection Bureau. Meanwhile, the marine authorities have set up a 24-hour video surveillance over the wharfs, shipyards and intakes on the reservoir.
We have 9 surveillance videos here, covering the main waterway and docks on the reservoir, and we plan to install more. This way, we can monitor water transportation and improve our management in case of emergencies.